Hi, I'm Jim Preston, and Katya and I would like to show you leg 3 of 3, the final leg of Kokopelli Trail for vans. This is actually the easier leg, and it also starts out super beautiful. So this is Onion Creek Canyon, and it is a treat. We had a scary steep descent to deal with, and then worse than that, 125 degrees. Whoa, it was hot. But we got up to over 8,000 feet. It cooled off, and we could survive up there. Lots of flowers and big views. So we want to show you all of this and more coming up. Okay, we finished up leg 2 of the Kokopelli Trail for vans. We came across this bridge because this is where it goes. For mountain bikers, off-roaders, or vans, we all go the same direction. Mountain bikers and off-roads then will go to the left over there as their staging area, and then they start taking on some pretty serious stuff that vans just won't do. Okay, there's the ladder. Like, almost nobody knows that ladder is over there. But it is, and it's really cool, and who knows what it was there for, and I certainly wouldn't trust it now. And we're just running along the river. Terrific out here on 128. The river's running high right now. This is early June, and the Rockies, of course, the snow's melting off up there, feeding it in. So there's a lot of water here heading towards Lake Powell, which is, you know, a good thing. Okay, this is it. Now we get back on dirt. So all overlanding trips include some pavement. It's like, that's just part of it. Sometimes you just got to get places. Okay, they're airing down. We're not going to bother with that. Yeah, this is the staging area for the Onion Creek Trail. People air down here. They park their trailers for their side-by-sides and, you know, prepare for the trip. So we're already prepared. First creek crossing. Notice how fearless Katya is dropping into this big hole here. That's because she's been through here before.
In the winter.
Yeah, the day after Christmas last year. The creek was half frozen. Everything else is pretty much as you see it, even if it's wintertime. Just a little chillier outside. So there's something like 27 creek crossings along this road, but they're all easy. The bottom of the creek's full of rocks, not clay and mud. But it starts getting pretty up in here. This Fisher Tower ahead. We're getting up pretty close to it. We are going to it. We're in the canyon below it. Whoa, the canyon's getting a little deeper. It's getting more interesting. So this is all so far, and it will for quite a while, be rear wheel drive is fine. If you know slightly how to do off-roading, the rear wheel drive will be fine. And there's no high center, angle of departure, angle of ascent problems along here. The only problem is like coming up to a point like this and hoping there isn't 25 side-by-sides behind you. And the technique, because I'm trying to teach Katya, is to stay wide so that you've got a chance of getting out of their way. There's no camping allowed past the campground, by the way, until you get quite a ways up here. They don't want any camping here in the gorge. This is a geologic map from rocked.com, and notice all the different soils in that area. The red is Permian, early Permian. That's the mudstone we flew through. Isn't that amazing? So that early Permian is about 300 million years ago. This is well before the dinosaurs. Oh, that'd be a cool place to camp, if they'd let us.
Right
but
there next to those
reforestation in progress. Now I understand it is possible to see desert bighorn sheep out here. Almost never see them. I don't think I've ever seen them in the Moab area. I have to go over to Grand Junction. We got them. Colorado National Monument. Probably 80% of the time you go in the monument, the desert bighorn sheep are there. It's probably the most likely spot in the Southwest to see them. Twisted rock. All right. It's our thing. I do have an app for figuring out generally what the geology is out here. It's pretty general terms, but and I'll deal with that when it comes to the video itself, and I'll do a voice overlay instead of trying to figure it all out now. I want to just enjoy it. What do we got here? Another stream crossing. What a surprise! So I don't think we've passed any side-by-sides. Jeep, not side-by-sides. So yeah, it's 90 degrees out, so it seems a bit warm for the side-by-side crowd. Although they may have launched this morning and they're up high now in the La Salles. But we'll see, what, 2 vehicles so far?
Yeah.
And not quite enough to go for a swim. So there's a berm along here, and the county, or probably the county, is grading it at least once in a while. Wow, visually this is just an amazing drive. It's like, pinch me, we're here, you know. It's like, you always just wonder, like, what's around the corner? Cottonwoods are around the corner. Those always cheer me up. Especially if you can camp under them, which I'm very sure we can't do here. Okay, now we're in Fisher Valley. Climbed up quite a ways, and now we got here to Fisher Valley, which is like totally not very exciting. Okay, looking at our terrific map here, we're heading down. We passed the road to Rose Garden Hill. That was on our left, and now we're going to follow the yellow up there to Hideout Campground. And I'm not sure if Hideout Campground is going to be high enough for us to be comfortable tonight, because look at the temperature out there, 110. It picked up 20 degrees coming up here into this valley. Okay, now we're turning off this road towards North Beaver Mesa. We should see some Kokopelli symbols along here, it seems, because on leg one they were all over the place. But we are on the Kokopelli Trail for sure. So now we're going to head up Thompson Canyon, and we'll check out Hideout Campground and see if it's survivable today. And my guess is it's still 110 degrees. It probably isn't survivable today. Okay, now we're entering this Thompson Canyon. A little rutted, not at all bad. Still, really, it's rear-wheel drive country without a problem. I've taken rear-wheel drive Ford vans through a hell of a lot more than this. Pretty good grade here. I would say close to 10%. Of course, in the GoPro, it's going to look pretty flat.
Here's the gate.
Here's the gate, but it's open. Okay. Now, somebody told me that you go through this gate and then it drops off really steep. So let's see what happens. The nice thing about a van is we can look down really easy, and the Jeeps can't see what we see. And what we see is a very steep, like a 20% grade down. Very steep.
Why didn't you do that?
You know, I think you can do this. Just put it in M1. It doesn't look technical at all. And we'll see if it's technical. Nothing looks technical. Just unfortunately, with the Transit, we just don't have the lowest gear we need for this sort of thing. So you got to use your. Oh, here's a ledge. Cute. Yeah, just stay left. Easy. Yeah, doing great. Keep to the right of that. This wheel to the right of that rock. Stop. Yeah, straight. Yeah, nice. Now just roll right over that one with the center of the van, because we're high enough it's not going to affect it. And here's kind of a famous switchback. Now this switchback, we're going to see if Katya can get around it with one try, or has to do a point-to-point turn. You're getting some great experience here. This is going to build confidence for sure. Okay, I would swing wide because it's really steep here to the right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just swing. Just go straight out there a ways and then turn right as soon as you feel stable. And you'll just do a point to point. Okay, now crank it around. Cranking. Yeah. Okay, go a little farther. Good. Now reverse, and let's see if we can do it in 2 points. 1 point maybe. Yep, doing good. So we're leaning a little bit, which makes Katya nervous. Okay, she wants to do a 2 point. And the all-wheel drive with the KO2s give us all kinds of traction here, and it's kind of broke up. It's, you know, it's not deep dirt, but it is, you know, vehicles have messed it up a bit, that's for sure. All right, that one's kind of famous, by the way. Okay, we got to this intersection, and Hideout Campground must be around here. So here we have our Kokopelli trail telling us go straight. So we're going to go down in that little wash, it looks like, and the campground then should be up here somewhere. And I've decided just to walk it out, partially just because it feels good to walk after getting bounced around for a couple hours. Well, there is a toilet. So it's not all that primitive. Let's see if it's maintained. Kind of bring your own toilet paper, but it's clean enough in here. Okay. Something's making noise in the brush. Aha, here's a table and a campsite. Okay, this is really a hideout, that's for sure. Very weathered table. There's a fire ring over there. So I'd assume that's part of a second campsite. I could use some water. Hiking around 110 degrees weather. Okay, there's another one with a fire ring right around the corner. Well, you may check the view here, folks. This is like, it's not the end of the world. Okay, a little creek crossing and some technical. Now, Kat, once you put the left tire on that rock.
This rock?
Yeah, just barely. So see that rock that I can move it. I can get out and move it. But I'd rather just try to go over it.
I really am not comfortable. I'm feeling tired already. Can you take it, please?
You want me to take it? Okay. Okay, I moved one rock, which probably wouldn't have been a problem, but now it's not a problem. And we're just going to go up here to the right, like this. And then see these other rocks right ahead of us here? I'm going to take those like this. You know, if I put it in mud ruts mode, it would probably work better. Let's do that. Okay. It's going to take a moment for it to get into gear, but see, right over. Little bouncing around. Okay, I'm going up the left side. I've got it in mud ruts, and this is a little challenging. So now we're out of the two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive thing, and into some place where you've really got to have some experience. But I could just feel the computer telling which wheels to supply the power to, and it's really cool to feel that. Okay, rear-wheel drives can make it to hideout camp, but You're not going up here. Hey, cool, huh? Really cool.
Temperature outside 125 degrees. We're looking for a campsite.
Okay, we got to climb up onto Cowhead Hill somehow, and this is the only option. And it's got some pretty serious ledges here. I'm going to put it in mud ruts because I really like feeling the way the wheels work there. The computer powering the wheels back and forth is needed. And it does. It works super. It's like really cool to feel it. Okay. So this on both sides actually, but mostly this left side looks like pretty routine stuff for us. It's a little intimidating, but you know, not bad. Can't wait to get new front struts that aren't making all that noise. But at this point, they aren't available for the Transits. At least the Transits with the van compass lift. Views up here are huge, by the way. There's a roadway out there. Multiple roads. Huh. Okay. So we still got a lot of climbing to do to get up here on Cowhead. And it's not like there's any lovely spot to stop for lunch.
No, not at all.
So this is rated easy, or 4 out of 10 I think it is on Onyx, easy on some other ones, moderate on some other ones. And for a Jeep, this is pretty easy. For a Transit, I would say it's moderate difficulty. And if we're using the 1 to 10 scale, I would probably put it at a 6. Okay. So it's pretty steep going up to the right. And it's pretty crazy going up. Actually, it's pretty steep going up everywhere. And but I think I am going to go to the right. So we're going to have a little tippy here. And when we get tippy, I like to keep moving. We're in mud ruts and climbing like a goat. And actually, that was pretty easy. So we have 3 maps going here. We've got Gaia, and we've got Onyx, which is the most worthless of the 3. Or least valuable of the 3, I guess is a better way of saying it. Nice to see the flowers. And we also have Avenza, which, because Avenza are PDF maps that show your location, you get a lot more information on those than all the rest of them. So it's always best to have Avenza available. Okay, where are we? Kokopelli Trail. We're still on Kokopelli Trail. But it's still showing 125 degrees. But the trees are getting taller here, so we're at 7,300 feet. Which, in comparison, is like 1,000 feet higher than the surface of Lake Tahoe. Okay, 8,000 feet. And we finally get to the Jeffrey Pines, which are often called ponderosas, but they're not. They're Jeffreys. Ponderosas have big yellow plates on the side. Jeffreys do not. Jeffreys smell like butterscotch when you stick your nose up into the bark. Ponderosas do not. Anyway, 8,000 feet, the temperatures drop to 103. Hey, this is almost picnic weather. The temperatures drop to 95. It's dropping pretty quick now. I think we're getting cooler airflow off those mountains. Okay, turning into the dinosaur tracks. Bull Canyon Overlook, also called Fisher Overlook, but it's a cool place. So finally, we've got the temperature's down to 82. So it doesn't really feel chilly out here, but where we're looking out there in the distance is where we came from, and it's 125. That's just not our style. So down that direction is Fisher Canyon. So we worked our way up beyond that ridge over in that distance and down. You can see a road over in there, and over to here. So it's been an amazing ride, to say the least. Really beautiful, and huge canyons, huge cliffs, huge everything is huge up here. So we are at the dinosaur tracks. Let's go look for dinosaur tracks. Now these guys are theropods. We're at like 8,600 feet here, and there's plenty of trackways down in Moab and all that at 4,500 feet. But we're up here, way up here. So somehow, I don't know, these mountains didn't really rise up. The La Salles and Henrys and Abajos, they're all, they're volcanoes down inside the earth. And then the sandstone's been eroding away for, of course, millions of years. So here's what's here: red-tailed hawks and theropods. Some may or may not have. I don't remember if we saw. Let's go look out here. Now you've got to look carefully to find three-toed tracks, right? Three-toed tracks. See the toes? Three. So this theropod was going that way, and the other theropod was going that way. Or it was just standing around wondering what to do. That's always possible also. So yeah, I don't know if it's more obvious. Get down lower here. So yeah, these are dino tracks. And I don't remember if we see dino tracks out here on this overlook. I don't think so. Oh, there it is. Come on, you guys. Everybody can figure it out now, right? Look where that dino went. Right through here. Now it's pretty washed out. There are three toes there, but it's pretty washed out. Anything else around here? This over here could be a sauropod. Nah, it's probably just a washed out theropod. But sometimes these look, the sauropod ones are more round. And then again, coming up to the edge, we look hundreds of feet down. Hundreds of feet. Cool, huh? Okay, way up here we do have some flowers left. There's lupins along here. Look at these guys down through here. They're cute. We've got these little daisy-like guys all over the place. You got to get down really close, otherwise the camera kind of screws them up. And then, so get over here, we it's yellow and more daisies. Okay, finally a late lunch, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're up here at 82 degrees at about 8,600 feet, and Katya's made up this amazing little fun lunch here. Kat, could you please explain what you've got?
So it's a whole grain bread with mayo, sun-dried tomatoes, basil, little lettuce, and half of Italian sausage that I cooked in the morning. And for dessert, I just put some cherries.
Yes, this is.
I'm having a Corona.
That's good. I'm having a Guinness 0. Okay, there's the La Salles above us. Katya driving again. So it gets, over, what's it, 12,000 feet or something up there, the tallest ones. Pretty tall. Castle Valley, far below. So we're on the LaSalle Loop Road, and as you can see, it's all pavement. It's wide, nice. And so this is a connector over some dirt to get down to Moab. It's the road itself is not particularly interesting, but certainly the big views here and there of Castle Valley are stunning. And once in a while you can see the peaks above us. So we haven't seen any dispersed camping for a while, so we're going to try Forest Circus campground, which I think is right here on the left. And see if we can find a spot for the night in there. And we got a temperature now of 82, so that's
Survivable.
yeah, survivable. That's a big plus. Mason Draw. There's the mountains above us, and we go up in there a little ways to where you see those trees are, and there's some campsites. Not very many, so hopefully they aren't taken yet.
Our well-deserved break. We found a campsite. We have J-Lore Chardonnay, and it's really hot, but not as hot as 125 degrees. Good day. And this is our camp and van with a view. Cooking elk burgers tonight. The coals are preparing, and the van is right behind us with Jim waiting. And very close, as close you can. Don't show me.
I like showing you, by the way.
I don't.
I mean, I like looking at my wife.
This is ground elk, New Zealand ground elk that I bought at the store. I'm mixing it right now with salt and pepper. We're gonna make 4 patties that will go on the grill. And 2 patties I'm planning that we're gonna eat today, and 2 will go for eggs in the morning.
Yeah, this sounds good. Super tasty.
And then we're also gonna bake some apples in the coals. Hopefully they won't burn, and we'll have some potatoes to put in the coals as well. It'll be like a French fries.
Cool. Yeah, beautiful campsite up here, but it's got gnats and mosquitoes, of course, part of life.
Tell them that we sprayed ourselves.
Yeah, we sprayed ourselves, but it's part of life.
Okay, dinner is served. Elk burgers.
After a wonderful night here in the a meadow full of flowers, we're back on the road, and we don't have that much farther to go to Moab. Okay, it's approaching the top of Kokopelli down, what we call Kokopelli down for mountain biking. It'll be on the right here. Very close, Kat, right here on the right.
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Cool.
This is it.
Are we driving it?
See? Kokopelli. Yeah, we're driving it.
Yeah?
Let's go.
Okay.
Dive down in there and let's go.
I just wasn't prepared.
I told you we were... Now, we've biked this many times. Because we get dropped off where I just showed you there.
Mm-hmm.
And although that was just a dirt wide spot years ago, we started taking the shuttle up here to bike down the this part of what's now called the whole Enchilada mountain bike trail.
It was so cold that I had tears pouring off my eyes from the cold.
One of the trips we had, it was pretty early spring, and the snow was on the other side of the road behind us on what's called Hazard County Trail. There's no Hazard County here, but whatever. So yeah, we've bombed down this on mountain bikes before. So we're familiar with it down here to the top of the Upper Porcupine single track or UPS mountain bike trail. And then we haven't gone beyond that, but I do remember lots of ruts, and that's certainly what we have right here are some ruts. So it's nice to be lifted and not be scraping anything right now, dropping into that big hole. So yeah, you got to work your way through this shit. So Katya's getting pretty good at this. Still needs a little coaching at times, but a whole lot less than 6 months ago when she started off-roading with this van. It takes years to be an off-road driver. I mean, a really, really good one. And really get a feel for where your wheels are at, where those tires are at out there. But that's what you have to do to be a good off-road driver. You have to know where your wheels are and just feel it. Still don't have it. Okay, it's a rocky spot here. This is a climb. It's the only climb on this stretch of Kokopelli Trail. And as mountain bikers, we hated it. But it wasn't... Initially, it was never washed out this bad. It's much rockier now than it was. I mean, we're going back, I don't know, 15 years of riding this trail, mountain biking this trail. Yeah, big view off to the right. It's just amazing. Okay, we got cattle here. So, of course, close the gate. If you find gates closed, turn around and close them. They're public roads. These are for controlling the livestock. This is where the whole enchilada and Upper Porcupine single track go. So it's the beginning of Upper Porcupine single track, UPS is called for short. And the W-E there means whole enchilada, which is from Geyser Pass Road all the way down to the river. When I say the river, there's only one river, Colorado River. Okay, we're coming up to a rather ledgy rock pile here. It looks to the right is the way to go. Yeah, here wheel placement's really important. You're putting this wheel right over that big rock. Oh, you just got the side of it. Good job. Yeah, some slick rock, huh? Go to the right. To the right. Yeah, I know you're dropping in that little slot right there. Struggling to get out. Increases tire wear.
Okay, what about here?
Yeah, just I would just go underneath the pine here.
To the right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice little pine. There is a branch there, Kat. You're going to have to go left more. Yeah, plenty of room. Plenty. You're missing it by a foot.
Oh, here's the road.
There you go. Sand flats. So it's not going to be the end of the Kokopelli Trail. It's the end of the hard parts of the Kokopelli Trail. So you can see the little Kokopelli sign, and Kokopelli is telling us to go right. Cat puts it in normal mode. Yeah, it's beautiful. Sand flats is really beautiful. So we'll be showing some nice photos of that, or nice footage of that, as we go along. Terrific down here. So Sand Flats is owned by the BLM, but managed by Grand County. And there is a fee for using the area, camping here and so forth. It used to be all dispersed camping, but it looks like they're formalizing it more and more, because there's just so many people now. Okay, now we're coming out of the forest, Monte La Salle National Forest, and we have Sand Flats Recreation Area. Great place. But you can see how deep the canyon is there. There's various rock formations above us. Okay, the famous Slick Rock bike trail out there, and there's some bikes. Okay, dirt bikes, but they're bikes, and the trailheads over there. So the Slick Rock bike trail, and that's Hell's Revenge and Lion's Back and so forth. Very famous four-wheel drive roads over in that distance. Because it's 95 degrees here right now, so there's almost nobody, but in the spring and fall this is a busy place. And there's a little campground. There's campgrounds all along here, a lot of them now. It isn't like the old days. So there's some guys who come off the trail, and we've been there many times, back when it was just dirt and no toilets. Yeah, pretty fun area out here. So if it's your first time in here, you may want to try to get a campsite and just explore, hike around a little bit. If you got a bike, do some biking, mountain biking, dirt biking. So the Slick Rock Bike Trail was founded over 50 years ago for Honda 90s. If you remember those, I had a Honda 50 bored out to a 77. Yeah, this is back just after the dinosaurs died. That far back, really. Anyway, it was developed for Honda 90s, and then some folks started mountain biking them, I think, in the 80s, 1980s, and then it got on the cover of some bike magazine, and Moab became, a world destination. Okay, so these like fins and things. That not fins and things, but that's a fin. Lion's Back and down farther, I think. But yeah, hugely popular area. And here's the little pay shack. They want us to pay here usually. Let's see what they say. Okay, the little there was somebody sitting there in the pay shack, but they didn't seem interested in having us pay. But at least when you're going up this way, you will be stopped, and it's a few bucks. It's not very much, as I recall. But see that fin ahead of us? Yeah, this was a famous place. This is private property here, and there was actually a house up there, but it's all gone. But that fin over there, some woman was coming down it driving, and she hit the clutch instead of the brake, and they didn't go off the side. She managed to keep control, but she was so panicked that she didn't figure out what she was doing, and this area got closed. And here we are coming into Moab. Love this place. And this is the end of it. This is the end of the Kokopelli Trail for vans. We've done the whole thing. Now the real issue is, are you going to do it in your van? Hey, we did it. Wow. Just now. Amazing. Nice here to be at Moab, finishing up the trip.